Hello everyone, I hope you are well and good. Now, if you are new to this channel and you don't know me, let me tell you, I am Hafiz Salman and I really want to make English easy for all. If you are a struggling English language student and you want to become a successful English language speaker, you are on the right spot. Because today in this short video, I will tell you one simple technique that will help you think in English. And when you get the idea how to think in English, you can make spontaneous sentences and you can talk and speak in English language more naturally and more confidently. So without further delay, let's get started. Now, honestly speaking, the native speakers of English language, they cannot feel the pain and they cannot experience the troubles that we have been through when we want to learn a second language. Because there is a native language, our first language, and there is the target language or English language that we want to learn. Now, whenever we try to learn English language, there are so many hurdles and so many problems that we have to go through. One of those problems is that we have to think in our native language and then we translate it in English. Now, because of this simple reason, many English language learners, they complain and they say that we can understand English language very well. We can write excellent English language sentences. We can construct our sentences. We can even make complex sentences, but we cannot speak English language naturally. When we want to speak English to someone, we don't find appropriate vocabulary words to convey our message, and we don't instantly get the grammatical structures and rules to form sentences. Let me tell you the reason why this happens. This happens because speaking a language is entirely different from writing a language. Now, when we write a language, especially English language, which is our second language, we find enough time to think about vocabulary words. We find enough time to think about grammatical rules, and we make sentences. We take our time and we make sentences and we convey our message. But when it comes to speaking, we don't find enough time to make and construct sentences because speaking is somewhat spontaneous and we have to be quick in making our sentences and communicating with the person in front of us. Now we can avoid this problem if we start thinking in English. I will try to make a series of videos on this topic. Today, I will tell you one simple technique that will help you that how can you think in English language. And once you think in English, you will start speaking with the snap of your fingers. Mark my words. Now, if you can think in English, you can ask questions more clearly, more easily, and you can participate in conversations and in discussions more confidently and more naturally. Now, let's get to the point that how can we think in English language? In this video, I will tell you the first and foremost method to think in English. Believe me, I applied this method and technique when I started learning English language. And it is the simplest of the methods. You just need to surround yourself with English. Now, by surrounding yourself with English, I don't mean to say that you must move to an English-speaking country. No. Now, if you get the chance, you should avail the opportunity, but you don't have to. You don't have to necessarily move to an English-speaking country to surround yourself in English. You can do it in your own home. What you should do, you should change everything you do in your native language to English language. For example, if you write your diary and you make a plan that the things you will do, if you write these things in your native language, now it's time to write them in English. And there's nothing wrong in making mistakes. Just think about the words and the plans and the things you want to do in a day and try to write them in English. Now, if you want to listen music, just start listening English music. If you write newspaper, start reading English newspaper. If you listen podcasts, you watch YouTube videos, you watch cricket match, just watch these things in English language. I give you my own example. When I started studying English language and learning English language, I shifted completely from my native language to English. I started posting on Facebook in English language. I started making comments in English. I started watching YouTube videos in English. Even when I, had to search something on internet, for example, things related to my study, and if I have to go for some health tips, I would search them in English language. And it really helped me making that environment of English language. Now, environment can be a, bigger term. We can say we just have to create the moments of English language. When you shift from your native language to English, it really becomes a piece of cake. Because gradually, when you start thinking in English, English really becomes a walk in the park. So stay connected. I will make more videos on this topic. And I guarantee that if you watch this series of videos, you will become a successful English language speaker. Thank you very much for watching this video.